Good day to all. I want to share my story that happened in 2016 with my family. The story is real, there is no fiction. Before writing this story, I first asked my sister and my mother how it really happened. I don't know if this story is scary or not, but you can evaluate it for yourself. Russian, before I begin my story, I would like to apologize for my Russian language, as I am not Russian by nationality. I'll try to make it clear to you. So, it happened in 2016, in the summer. That day, I was sitting with friends in the apartment. We were drinking all night. I'm not a fan of alcoholic beverages, I just drank for company. It was 7 or 8 a.m. when my sister called me and, crying hysterically, said that my brother had hanged himself in the shower. We have a private house. My brother is a year older than me. I'm in shock. I can't understand anything. I just said that I would come home now. I flew out of the apartment like a bullet, somehow caught a taxi and went home. My head is unclear, still under a degree. I came home, everything in the house is in shock, hysterical, Mom is crying. I went to the shower, I look, and there's my brother hanging on his own belt. I have zero emotions from the state of shock, everything is burning inside, but I can't cry. We were asked not to touch the body until the police arrived. Some time passed, and we began to prepare for the funeral. Suddenly, my other older brother says, "I told you yesterday that a man in black was following me last night." I was startled and frightened by these words, and began to ask him what had happened and how. Further from the words of the elder brother. The time was about 12 a.m. I was in the city center and was about to go home, got into a taxi. Suddenly, a man ran out, I don't know where, and got into the back seat of a car that was parked parallel. I looked at this car, and there was a man in black sitting there, also looking at me, and I thought, maybe this is some friend of the driver of that car, and I didn't pay attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that he was staring at me intently. I looked at him a few times and noticed that he was smiling. After taking a taxi to the stop in his neighborhood, he got out of the car and walked home. Suddenly I turned back, and there's this black man following me. I turned around several times, but he continued to follow me. When I reached the house, he stopped and stood 20 meters away from the house. I asked him what he needed. Maybe you were looking for someone, but he didn't say anything. Then I went home, had something to eat, and went back out into the yard to smoke. I'm sitting, smoking, and suddenly I notice that this man is sitting on the courts near the fence door. I started asking who you were looking for, but there was no response, no greeting, and only a smile. When I asked him something, he just smiled. I invited him to come home and talk, but he just sat there and didn't move. Then I went home and told everyone that there was a man sitting in the yard near the fence, and that he had followed me from the city center. But no one paid any attention to my words, they probably thought it was some kind of drunk. After a while, this man in black came into the house, and I saw him walk down the hall. I told everyone and asked what kind of person walks in our house. Who is he? According to the older brother's description, this man in black was tall and had a hat-like hat on his head. That night, at about 3 to 4 o'clock, my brother, who hanged himself, left the house. And my sister didn't sleep that night, she was picking at her phone. She knew that her brother had left the house, looked out the window several times, worried, wondered where he could go at such a time, and went to bed. At 7 a.m., our neighbors, who rent a house in our yard, found my brother hanged. That's the story we had. My brother, who saw this man, is timid and serious in life. It's hard to make him laugh. He can't make it all up. I believed him right away. But the second brother who hanged himself, he is cheerful and sociable in life. He can invent and blurt out some kind of story for fun. Anyway, I don't know what kind of man in black he is, and why no one saw him except his older brother, and why another brother hanged himself, and not the one who saw him. I still have this whole unsolved nightmare in my head. After the elder brother's story, his sister began to blame him for bringing this evil spirit home. Unfortunately, this older brother died of a heart attack in 2018. That's it for me. I'm sorry if the story is unclear to you, but I tried.